with your weekly medical news bulletin. Duration of labor and hyperactive immunity in infant cord blood may be linked to food allergy. The development of food allergy is due to a hyperactive response of the body's immune system and high levels of antibodies against antigens in certain foods. A recent study has reported that long labor and a high number of inflammatory immune cells found in the cord blood could increase the risk of developing food allergy in infants. In other news, monitoring your blood alcohol concentration level is a breeze with this wireless smartphone breathalyzer. Breeze is a wireless smartphone breathalyzer linked to a smartphone app that provides on-the-go blood alcohol content information so the user can make more informed decisions. Breeze is less than 1 ounce in weight and can be attached to your car keys or carried in your pocket. Another study has showed that high-intensity interval training may have benefits for type 2 diabetes. High-intensity interval training has been touted as the latest, greatest physical intervention. A recent study supports the benefits of this form of training, particularly for those at risk of type 2 diabetes. The study reported that after participation in high-intensity interval training, there was a reduction in insulin resistance when compared with either continuous training or controls. The results also demonstrated that participants with type 2 diabetes had a reduction in fasting glucose levels following high-intensity interval training when compared with controls. Making water available may have positive impacts on student health. A new study has found that simply making water available to elementary and middle school children positively impacted on student health. The installation of the water dispensers in schools significantly impacted on standardized body mass index of the students, demonstrating a total reduction in body mass index for both boys and girls. A new study has shown that there's promising new treatment for migraines in development. New research has suggested that the cause of migraine pain comes from a molecule called calcitonin gene-related peptide, and drug companies are using neuroscience to develop medications to prevent them before their onset. These new drugs would work by blocking the molecule receptors on neurons that communicate pain to one another. Another study has showed that reducing calorie intake can have beneficial effects for patients with type 2 diabetes. Reducing calorie intake in patients with type 2 diabetes and severe insulin resistance results in clinically significant reductions in insulin requirements and blood glucose levels. A low-caloric diet is an important part of managing type 2 diabetes and insulin resistance, yet it tends to be overlooked and rarely emphasized by doctors. Reducing calorie intake is low cost and available to all patients, and therefore can easily be incorporated into people's lives. Well, that's it for this week, folks. We'll be back next week with your next medical news bulletin update. Thanks.